back to another episode of Unscripted. I'm your host, Brad Oldhouse, along with Jed Snyder and Matthew back there on the ones and twos. What's up, Matthew? All right. We're going to talk a touch on the NHL playoffs, just because it's that time of year.
Yep.
Last night was a hell of a Game 7 between Montreal and Buffalo. I don't know if you watched the game, but it was a pretty good battle. And Buffalo, they're golfing.
Well, man, just think how far they made it, though.
No doubt.
That's pretty awesome for Buffalo.
For sure.
You know, yeah, I didn't think they'd do it. I thought Montreal would fold. So here's a funny story about Montreal, though, is that God damn it, the little guy, what's his name? Plays for Montreal, scores all the goals, 50 goals.
Cole Caulfield.
Caulfield. So Mike and I were coaching this 15 AAA hybrid team
Okay.
at the Napa one year, and we played Team Wisconsin. Mike was telling me about this past weekend in Colorado. Guess who was on that team?
Cole Caulfield?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they beat us he reminded me this weekend when we were in Billings for the Frontier Division scheduling meeting.
Whoa.
We were talking about it at a table, and I didn't know that, but he fucking remembered it. And he was like, yeah. And they beat us. Mike seems to think it was 12 rip. I thought it was 15 rip. But either way, it was not a good deal. We had like 4 shots on net, and Ty Green had 3 of them. So like that was, it was a utter. I think there was a couple other NHLers on there, but Caulfield was the one that we talked about this weekend. But yeah, it was like, I guess he's still doing it. So, you know, good on him. But
Dude, that is crazy.
I'm happy for Marty St. Louis, though.
Same, dude. Same. And
Like, what a class act all the way through. Right?
Absolutely. You know, he's a guy that's, well, and I've said it before on the show, like I was a big fan of his back when he was playing.
Yeah.
And so he has the room, obviously. Those guys will go through the wall for him. And it's really cool to see. The last rookie goaltender to take the Canadians to the conference finals was a guy named Patrick Waugh. He turned out to be pretty good.
Well, he's a bit of a sociopath. But
1,000%.
But yeah, fuck, he's all right. Here's another one. Like, so this past week I was in Dallas with Olawa and our other guy going through the billet match stuff. And apparently he's not a big fan of Marty St. Louis because apparently Calgary lost Game 7 when they won the Cup against Tampa, won it, and Marty St. Louis had the goal on it. And Olawa was on that team and was not happy.
Interesting.
So it was kind of funny because I was all just happy for Marty and all this shit, and he was just like, "Fuck that guy." And it's like, what are you talking about, you big meathead? Like, and he goes, "No, fuck that guy." And I'm like, he scored game winner against us, and I'm like, okay, but that doesn't mean he's a bad guy. Fuck that guy. It's like, and you couldn't even rationally. You're like, all right, cool, bro, whatever. But anyway, it was a fun, and of course, Ole was laughing and shit. You know,
Sure.
It wasn't a big deal. It was, but yeah, it was. So then it just ties right back to St. Louis again, so which was pretty cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, the game was pretty awesome. Montreal went up 2-0 in the first. Buffalo kind of started dominating in the second. Found their way back in the third on the scoreboard, tied it up in the last couple minutes of the game, and forced overtime. And overtime didn't take more than a couple minutes. It was a pretty sweet play. Bing, bang, boom, you know, like just a shot from the point that finds its way, you know, past the goalie and
A grounder with
celebrating.
eyes. But yeah, no, it's awesome. Like I said, I'm stoked for Buffalo, and I wish that they would have gone further. But it doesn't matter. Whoever the fuck was going to win that game meets Brenda Moore and the boys.
Yep.
And good luck. Like, good luck.
That's
Now
gonna
I
be
could be
a wagon.
pleasantly surprised, but good luck because those players behind that bench or on that bench are. Yeah, they'll go through a wall for him. I don't know if because they're well coached or they're just straight up scared of the motherfucker. But either or, motivation is motivation.
100%.
So go for it.
Yeah, when Rod the Bot is your coach, man, like it's probably a bag mixed with everything that you just mentioned.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Respect and fear, right? Is it better to be loved or to be feared? We do know.
Ask Machiavelli.
That's right. So I'm thinking, Carolina's probably going to do a gentleman's sweep. I'll give Montreal a win in the series, but I don't think Carolina's going to need more than 5 games to take care of them.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
So-
It depends. I mean, they can only ride so long on what they've got going, right?
Right.
And Buffalo and them was a pretty good match.
For sure.
Both young. You know, Buffalo's a little heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal, they're skilled, man.
They are.
They're
Yeah.
crazy skilled. So we'll see.
Yeah, so Western Conference Finals, we're recording this on a Tuesday, but Western Conference Finals start tomorrow on a Wednesday, Avs versus Vegas. That should be a pretty good series. And then on Thursday will be the first matchup between the Canes
Yeah.
and the Habs. So we're getting closer to a cup, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I think Vegas is doomed, but I mean, anyone that plays the Avs, if they're good, is doomed.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I don't think McKenna ever wants to experience his pouty stuffed animal face again. So, I think he's not even gonna fucking play around with that.
No, I don't think so either. And he's definitely a man on a mission, and the rest of that team is built to win. And not for nothing, so is Carolina. I mean, these are two teams that were built for the postseason, and that's proving itself out right now.
Yeah, who's that fucking Russian guy that plays for the Avs that fucking tomorrow could end up in a hotel room full of hookers and blow? Like, who's that guy?
Valnichushkin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see if he even lasts that long. What was it, last year the motherfucker dodged out too?
It was a couple years ago. And actually, again, the year before that. Like
he did 2 years back to back. I wonder what kind of back to back. I wonder what kind of fucking leash they got him on now, like a shock collar and shit. Like he leaves the rink, they got him hooked up to a fucking shock collar. Like,
yeah, when the team goes out for dinner, they just leave him at the hotel room, hooked up to the fucking bedpost or some shit.
Yeah, he's got some way of fucking, as he puts that straw to his nose to hork his first line, it fucking sends him a fucking 10,000 volt shock or some shit.
Oh man. Those are crazy days.
Yeah, what a fucking piece of shit that guy is. But apparently he's like fucking, like he's like super, super, super skilled.
Yeah.
And he's big as fuck.
He is.
So, I mean, if they can keep him on the rails and stuff, because I want to say 2 years ago when he twisted off, like they had a legit shot again, and he just threw a nuke in that locker room probably. So, I mean, they got enough problems with McKenna and the coach. So, as we've talked multiple times.
Well documented, right?
So then you throw that guy in there that fucking, listened to his demons. Poor guy.
We all have our things.
Or not poor guy. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, look at what he's choosing. Stanley Cup or hookers and blow. They might all lead to the same place. So, I mean, you might as well hold off on one and try and win the other.
That's funny. So, all right. Well, we've touched on that, and I kind of want to get into something that we left off last week with, because I've been getting some questions.
Okay.
So, last week, if you're just joining us, go listen to last week's episode. Really fun episode. I thought we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we ended the show talking about a guy named Bob Greene.
Yep.
And so many people are wondering, who's Bob Greene? Is he related to Mike and all this other stuff? And I kind of want to just let people know who he is, because, let him in on the inside joke, right? But first of all, who is Bob Greene? And let's just start with that.
So Bob is Mike's oldest brother. There's three of them in a row. There's Mike, Rick, and Bob.
Okay.
Mike's youngest, Rick's middle, and Bob's the oldest.
Got it.
Bob is a cantankerous old fuck. Love him to death. We have a very unique relationship. Great guy. I mean, obviously that whole family's amazing people, right? But as you ask Bob, you ask Rick and Mike, Bob was adopted. He denies it, as he probably should. And he's a fucking cartoon character. Like there's no other way to describe it. Like you go to the back of the Sunday Funnies and he should have his own deal back there. He's just a cantankerous old fuck, but very opinionated, hilarious. And yeah, he's just a guy that apparently wants to be on this show really fucking bad. and I'm trying to think of any positive that would come out of it, and I'm really struggling with that. I don't think there's anybody on planet Earth that would think that, knowing Bob, that how that would be a good idea, except for like the previous episode. He'd just sit there and tell me to fuck off for an hour. Like that's the only thing that would come out of this. So I'm trying to think of a positive.
What if that's the only thing he wants to do? Maybe what if he just wants to get on and just to say fuck you, Snyder?
He might. He might.
He might.
I mean that would be his position. I think it would be, because I think he's. Yeah, we talked about it last week. Didn't he DM you on Facebook?
Yeah. He sent me a friend request. Still haven't answered it.
Yeah, so. Why would you? Why would you? So, and he's called me a couple of times wanting to get on. We went down when I was in Colorado. We went to his grandson's graduation party when I was down there last weekend.
Okay.
And with the golf and stuff. And yeah, he's telling everybody he's going to be on it. I don't know when the fuck he's going to be up here. I have no idea. Do we want? Like I said, I'm just in that mindset of like, I don't know how we would do it. Maybe we just have him call in once and just see how it goes, and then we go from there. I don't know. Yeah, because there's no way this is going to end like properly.
I just feel like, and you said it last week, it's not like our conversations are super high level intelligent, but there's no way that people will feel any smarter if they listen to Bob get onto the show with us. Just say it.
I would concur with that.
The relationship you two have is unique, and I've seen it because I've been to the Bob Greene Memorial Golf Tournament in Colorado Springs every year.
And by the way, that's Bob Greene Sr. So there's
Right.
Bob Greene Sr. and Mike's brother would be Junior.
There we go. Perfect distinction there. And I've seen how you two interact, right? Like, you're friendly, but you still have, you guys have a way of bantering that if they didn't know either one of you or the relationship between the two of you, they'd be like, what the hell did he just say to that guy? He said what back? Like,
correct.
Kind of talk to me a little bit about this dynamic between you and Bob.
Yeah, I really wouldn't say it's dynamic. It's more ridiculous in the aspect of there's about, like, if you want to listen to a conversation between me and Bob, we will use fuck in every way that it can be used, and it will be directed right at the individual. If that makes sense. Because everybody says fuck can be used as a verb, a pronoun, a noun, person, place, or thing, whatever you want to check, an adjective.
Right.
Like, it will be used and it will be directed specifically at either Bob or myself. And that will literally be the conversation. Yeah, I can see if you don't know it, like what it is, but yeah, it's interesting. It's good. Like I said, Bob and I are really close. He's a great guy. Like, he is. He's just a cantankerous old fuck. But yeah, he's good at doing it though. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that it's just evolved over time. First time I met him, Mike was coaching me, and all his boys came up from Colorado with Bob, and then the rest is history at that point. So he actually when I was actually done diving and I took a couple years off to coach, he actually got me on, and I worked for Bob at the utility company for a little while.
Okay.
And he would tell me to fuck off across the office. Like, it was walked by me like, morning, Bob. He's like, morning, fuck face. It's like, really? We're in a professional setting, you asshole. So
this isn't something that happened over time. This was like, this has been you guys since the beginning.
Straight up day one.
This is awesome.
Straight up day one.
Well, I think we might have to find a way, whether he calls in or what, but I don't know. I think it might be an interesting thing just to listen to you two banter, even if it's nothing but the word fuck for 5 minutes, whatever. I don't know. Maybe we explore that.
I don't even know if people want to listen to that. It'll be, that's exactly what it'll be. It'll be like two first graders that just figured out what swear words are, and they decide to use it too much. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. You remember that? Like, fucking when you were a kid and you just learned what these... Like you heard your dad yell it, right?
Yes.
You have no idea what context it's in. Like, zero. You just decide to yell out all the profanity you just heard literally with nothing in between it, and it sounds like just one big offensive, blob. and that's exactly what that... I'm down.
Hey.
We'll see if maybe we'll start an Ask Bob segment. We just come up with a question, we call him, and then hang up on him 4 times.
There we go. This could go either way, right?
Yeah.
That's funny you say that, because I remember a specific story from my childhood, the way you just talked about how first graders do this. I didn't know what the middle finger meant. I just thought it was some sort of gesture to maybe say hi or something. And this is so vivid in my brain, Jed. I was walking around the lunchroom tapping people on the shoulder and just doing this. And I was walking around, teachers, students, everybody. I'm just like, hey.
And you're trying to be nice.
100%. I'm like, hey, what's up? And I'm just doing this. I don't know why I'm afraid to do this because we say the word fuck. But it's so vivid in my head.
Yeah.
And I remember one teacher just grabbing the back of my shirt and hauling me into the principal's office and just giving it to me. That's an obscene gesture. You're not allowed. Where did you learn that? Blah, 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 blah. And I remember sitting there like, what did I do wrong? Right? I don't understand why this is so bad. Well, I mean, it didn't take me long to figure out why it was so bad. But so, yeah, I have intimate knowledge of what it's like to be a first grader and learning.
Well, I think we all had that experience. I learned the word bastard and didn't know it. And then I said it about playing tennis or like badminton at a friend's house when I fucking spiked the little, what do they call the badminton?
The birdie?
The birdie. I said I bastard it, and the mom went, "Oh, okay." Told my parents, and that didn't go well. I had no idea what the fuck I just said. So yeah, I think we've all been there. So
Perfect.
like absolutely no idea. And everyone knows my father. Like he swears a lot. So like if that's the only thing that I picked up that didn't know what it meant at that point in my life, then I was doing okay, I guess.
That's awesome.
So
well, all right. Well, that's kind of where I wanted to leave it today. Was let's just talk about Bob, because again, I've been getting a lot of texts and some questions like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And, I felt like it was appropriate to let our audience know who he is. And
yeah, absolutely.
the relationship that you guys have, and who knows, maybe this turns into something, maybe it doesn't, but maybe our next step is to have a convo with Bob and see what he's up for. So
yeah,
we'll
it
see how
would be we'll reach out. Maybe it'll be a good Ask Bob segment. I think that you'll get how do I say this? We will get a perspective that is unique and nothing like our own on fucking anything.
We are in the entertainment business, so thank God for that.
Right.
Real quick, I want to circle back to something you started the show with. You and Mike were together this past weekend.
Yep, absolutely.
What was that for? And
So we do. So back in the day, the Frontier Division used to get together as a group and go over and create a schedule to submit to the league.
Okay.
We finally kind of brought that back, and we were all able to meet in Billings and crank out a schedule that we could submit to the league. So it was awesome. I think it does really well for our division because, despite what league you're in, wherever you're at, we always have known the Frontier is kind of on its own island. It's always been on its own island. So we really have to make sure that we're all pulling the same rope. So to be able to get all the teams, general managers or owners in a room and get the schedule that we all want, get us all on the same page, discuss topics as a division as opposed to a team, is huge. It's a testament to all the other owners and general managers. Like, hey guys, like we need to operate as a division as opposed to an individual entity, because what we rely so much on everybody else for attendance, beer sales, like all of our revenue streams are all tied together. Like no one, there's never been any secret. Like Bozeman, Butte, and Great Falls are our biggest draws just because of the rivalries. I mean, and I'm talking like generational rivalries.
Yeah.
Like it's not just in hockey. Like it's fucking everything. Football, basketball, like everything. So and people will show up to watch Helena play Great Falls just to fucking watch Helena beat Great Falls, 100%. Or vice versa, show up to a Great Falls game just to watch Great Falls beat Helena.
Right.
And they don't have a fucking clue what's going on. They just want to watch it. So, being able to sit with everybody and identify, like, hey, we are working together. And, we've had hiccups with other teams. And what happens during the season fucking happens during the season. And I mean, the game's an emotional game and tempers flare and all that. And to be able to meet together from a business standpoint and an ownership or management group standpoint and really embrace that we are the Frontier Division and we are united and we all need to make sure that, we vote as a collective what's best for our division as opposed to individualistic ideologies with teams. And so to be able to bring that back and to be able to really just focus on talk about discussions and what we want, like really air out what's unhappy or what people are unhappy about or teams, what situations they're dealing with to maybe the other teams can compensate for them and vice versa is huge. I think we made a lot of ground. I think all of us as owners and managers kind of, see where everybody else is at. And instead of just it being hearsay and rumors and, like, fuck those guys, like, we don't like these guys or whatever. That's not the case,
right.
So, despite what it is, we just have to make sure we're all united on all fronts and get the communication going and really do what's best for the Frontier Division.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, like I said, ever since the Frontier League, man, like it's we've just been like our own entity out here, like, you know, no matter what it is. And so when we were, like I said, because it was the Frontier League, then it was the America West,
Yep.
then it was the NORPAC.
Yep.
And then Helena never went Western States, but I know Missoula did. And I think Helena was in the North American League 1 year, 2 years.
Yep.
Bozeman was in it for a few years. And I think that, you know, making sure that we're not splintered off. We're not trying to do other things. Like the group of us are together, really can ensure, one, that we're doing what's best, like I said, for the Frontier Vision, and ensure that every team as a business, we're helping all of us work together to become better businesses and better partnerships. So it was awesome. It was really, really cool. Really enjoyed it, you know. And like I said, it's one of those traditions they used to do, and we finally were able to bring it back. I know that it's been talked about since Mike and I took ownership in 21, but everybody was kind of fractured, and we were all kind of flailing, you know.
Sure.
Because the year Mike and I came in, I think Perkins came into Bozeman, restarted that up a little bit. You know, then the next year or the year after that, I think Matt Leaf took over in Great Falls. And so with these, and Vern came in the year, Badlands came in with Vern the year that we came in. And everybody was trying to build their business, right?
Sure.
So now that everyone's to a point where they're established, you know, their brands are more or less established, or revamped, right, would be another word for
Great
it.
word, yeah.
That we can now focus on moving ahead together and do some really cool shit for the Frontier Division, or at least make sure we're voting in the interest of the Frontier Division as opposed to anyone else.
For sure.
So it was really, really awesome to be a part of that. And hopefully we continue that tradition out moving forward. And we got a lot of work done. Like shit, man. Usually scheduling takes two days.
It's a pain in the ass.
And we got it done in 6 hours.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So it was good. Now the league has to approve it, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, like we crushed it out. We all worked together. It was pretty cool.
That's really cool. And that's really good insights for fans, right? For them to understand that, you know, when the schedule comes out in July, usually when it comes out, that this wasn't just thrown together. Like it is it's the result of you guys coming together, figuring out your travel dates, figuring out your visits, right?
Yeah.
Like and collaboration.
Yeah.
And working together. And that was really cool. And I think this is something that not every fan gets to see, that I kind of got to see from being behind the scenes with shooting Beyond the Bench and hanging with you guys, is how collaborative the ownership groups have been in the past, including ourselves, right? That, for example, our bus breaks down and we need to get the guys home. You know, the opposite team is calling their bus driver and loading up their bus and hauling us home,
Yep.
right? When teams come here and they forget something or they need something, you're at the front lines of making sure that they're taken care of and that they're getting what they need. And I've seen this. So as much as there's that rivalry on the ice, which is awesome, which is where we want it. That's the
100%,
product.
100%.
We know that at the 5,000, 10,000 foot level of the ownership group, that behind the scenes you're working together to make this a better product for everybody. And so I'm really happy that you guys got some stuff done, and it sounds like it went well.
It did. And the cool thing about it is like since we are attendance, like the Frontier Division as a whole is attendance driven and business driven, like it truly is. And not to say that there's not other teams that aren't. I mean, we're all attendance driven, I guess it's safe to say. But at the end of the day, like, you know, if you look at the West and the Central and stuff, like our travel's brutal. So we need to get the scheduling and stuff out of the way so we can focus on our business partners, we can focus on our buildings, we can focus on everything but the schedule, because we have to build, and not that other rinks don't have to build around, they have the same problems we do. We just don't ever get time off because of the fact of we have to plan for Blaine, which is for us 18 hours. You know, the team that goes to Nationals, it's a 24-hour bus ride. You know, we have road trips that are not, like Badlands is 9 hours, Gillette is 7 hours. You know, and we have to look at it all from a collective, like, and be able to start planning this out for us because of our gaps and distances, right?
Right.
And where we're at. So, you know, I from what I understand, like in other teams, even there's still divisions are waiting on their teams to get scheduling days.
Man.
And we don't operate that way in the Frontier. We got to get our shit done so we can put it away,
Right.
and then move the fuck on to stuff that really gets us to those games, essentially.
100%, right?
So-
Because you're also dealing with budget. You said travel. That's the biggest part.
Oh.
Right? So once you can get down, what is our travel cost going to look like this year? When do we know that we're going? And what it looks like from the fan side, if I can give a little behind the scenes glimpse here, is, the fans show up to a game and it's sponsored by whoever that night. That night wasn't just planned a week before it happened. That happens in the summer. Once you guys have established what your game nights are going to be here at home,
100%.
then we're talking to our business partners and we're saying, hey, these are the nights that we have available at home. Pick which night you'd like to have. So this is a process that once it's established, once we know our schedule, it literally sets the stage for our entire season.
100%. And that goes, you can look at it as game night sponsors. You can look at it as jersey auction nights. You can look at it as parents weekend. You can look at it teddy bear toss. Like everything that we do in that arena starts with what we just did this weekend. So, obviously pending approval, but yeah, that all started, like we finished Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and that all hinges for all of us on that.
That's fantastic.
So like as soon as that's approved, yeah, man, then we can start planning out our season,
Absolutely.
Because like I said, like business partners that have game days, I believe are like they get game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but nobody knows where they fall in on it. Right. And
Right.
it's like, so it is what it is, man, so to be able to get it done this early and be able to, I shouldn't say get it done I keep saying that, but for the teams to be able to agree on a schedule that we can submit to the league for approval this early for us is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And so, but like I said, just the whole experience, man, working with the other guys and having everybody in a room and there's no, the season's done. So it's like we're moving on to the next season. Like and to be able to work from a partnership standpoint instead of a fuck you standpoint, is pretty cool. Like I said, and this will only make it better as far as, teams separating the business from the on-ice antics, right? And we want the on-ice to be a bit of a circus, and we want us to be aggressive and competitive and create the rivalries and this and that. But from the ownership, we need to be able to step back also and ensure that the Frontier division, keeps continuing to build a legacy and has legs into the future. So I think this is a really good start for us.
That's awesome. This is cool that we can give the fans a little bit of a behind the scenes during the summer as to what goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's a lot, between ownership meetings and the scheduling meeting, and there's still a lot to do in the process. But
big time.
That's a big keystone of the whole thing right there, is getting to know, okay, what are our game nights moving forward, and then letting the dominoes fall.
Yep,
so,
for sure.
Thanks for giving us a little bit of insight there and talking
Absolutely.
candidly about it. I really appreciate it. That's all we have for today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty much, I'm sure that was a banger of an episode. Congrats, Bob. You got your own, we'll call it the We Talk About Bob Greene show. Anyway, I'm Brad Oldhouse, Jed Snyder, Matthew back there on the ones and twos. Keep watching, keep sharing those social clips. We see the shares, we see the comments. Thank you so much. Keep them rolling in, and we'll see you next week. Peace.